Hey guys, my name is Kristen. I am starting a new vlog. This is all about service dogs. I have two. One's named Sophie, one's name is Sasha. I will introduce them to you later on. Um, I just wanted to start talking about what it's like to own a service dog today. The idea is that they're there to help you, and it's so true, and they do help. My dogs, Sasha and Sophie both, are what we call diabetic alert dogs, and they're there to help me detect my low blood sugars when my body can't do it. Now, most people will think, hey, what does that mean? You can't tell when your blood sugar is going low? Not always. It's called it's called hypoglycemic unawareness. It is a real thing, and it happens to a lot of people. I remember growing up and thinking, holy cow, I feel great, I'm feeling wonderful, but I'd go to test my blood sugar and it'd be like 32. Well, people know that diabetes, your normal blood sugar range should be between 80 and 120. That's normal. But mine would drop and drop so fast that I wouldn't know it. And sometimes it got into scary, dangerous situations. So I decided, about 8 years ago, that I needed some sort of help with this. So yeah, I got the insulin pump with the sensor, and yeah, that helped a lot. But it was still happening, and I was still getting into dangerously low situations. So a friend suggested to me that I look into a diabetic alert service dog. Well, those dogs are like $30,000, $40,000, and there was no way I could afford that. That's like a year's income for me. So, I thought, there's got to be a better way about getting a service dog than putting out $40,000. So I had adopted a puppy. I adopted Sasha. Sasha is a pit boxer mix. She is the sweetest girl ever. She's got some issues though, and one of the issues was we had started noticing. One of the issues was I took her to school one day, and we saw a guy running around campus with his dog off leash. That dog came barreling full force at me and Sasha. And, one, it scared Sasha to death. And two, I broke my finger. You will notice that this finger right here is not normally shaped. You can't really tell here. But it caused me to have a broken finger. It also created problems with Sasha around other dogs. She became fearful, and she wasn't allowed to come back to school with me because she was not able to be around other animals. So that year, I had a lot of things go on that year. The first thing was I had 3 dogs at the time. I had Seiji, Sasha, and Seamus. In February of that year, my dog Seiji passed away due to stomach cancer. In May of that year, my dad passed away due to complications from Parkinson's. And in June of that year, I lost my other dog, Seamus. So we adopted. At that point, I was like, my heart was like truly broken. I had had a ton of losses and a ton of, I just need something positive in my life. So I adopted Sophie. Or I didn't adopt Sophie, I purchased Sophie. I'm going to be straight up honest. I purchased Sophie. And I got her from a wonderful lady, Kristen, who owns Pieces of the Universe. I'm going to give a shout out to her because not only did she help me train Sasha, but she also helped me train Sophie. And she let me let me just be bluntly honest. I purchased Sophie from her. So I brought Sophie home. She was about 8 weeks old at the time, and we began our adventure together. We began training her and working with her. Kristen helped me train her. And now Sophie goes to work with me. Sophie's wonderful. And then I also still have Sasha, which still does her job, but she does it here at home from the safety. That way I don't have to worry about her being around other dogs. I don't have to worry about her barking, at work or anything like that. And there was a lot of things that went into the decision to get Sophie. I wanted to make sure, one, that Sasha was okay with Sophie, and Sasha totally loves Sophie. Don't get me wrong. I did not bring another dog in to torture Sasha. I brought Sophie in so that I could still have that protection of having that service dog, without disregarding Sasha at all. Because Sasha still does her job. She still does her job at home. It gives Sophie a break from the 24/7. It just gives her that awesome, connection. There's another dog. She's not by herself. She is still just as important to my care as a service dog as Sophie is. She just does it at home. And that's the whole beauty of having both of them. People don't understand. You can have more than one service dog. You don't have to have just one and have it just be that. You can have as many service dogs as you want. There's nothing in the ADA guidelines that say you can only have one service dog. That's not the case. You can have more than one. So I have both girls. Both girls are trained. Both girls do their job, and both girls have prevented the hypoglycemic unawareness. I wanted to start this vlog because I wanted people to see what our life is like. So this is just kind of an introduction to our life. I just wanted to put that out there. I will introduce Sasha and Sophie to you at a later date. Today's not a good day. It's really hot, and we're all just kind of melting in front of the fans at our house. Sophie, come here. Actually, I'll introduce you to Sophie. No, come here. Get up here. Sophie, come here. Come say hi. This is Sophie. Sophie, can you say hi? This is Sophie. She's my everyday go to work dog. She's all about kisses and loves. See? And Sasha's a little bit more reserved. Just so you're aware, I will introduce them both to you at a later time. Like I said, this is just an introduction to what my blog is going to be all about. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my history and where I'm coming from. And mostly, I just wanted to, put it out there. Service dogs are a great thing. But service dogs are for people who medically need them. That's going to be my final thought for the day. I don't want people out there thinking, oh, I'm going to tell people my dog's a service dog just to bring them in the store. Because, see, that's the problem. And that's the reality of the problem. Out there are people who pretend your dog is a service dog, and you legally know your dog is not a service dog, but you do it, and you know you're doing it, and you know you're doing it wrong. If you have a medical necessity, then by all means, use your dog. That's what they're there for. But people like me who legitimately need a service dog, it's really hard when people who are not bringing trained service dogs into the store, you make it really hard for the rest of us who need them. And if you're legitimately need a service dog, then you know what? Great, awesome. I totally want you to use them. But if you're out there just bringing your dog in and saying it's a service dog so you can bring your dog in the store, knock it off. I'm going to be bluntly honest there. That's not fair to those of us who legally need them. Because what you're doing is you're making it harder for the rest of us who really need those dogs. And that's reality, folks. You're making it harder for us. It's not a, hey, you know what? I'm just going to bring my dog in for the heck of it thing. I bring my dog in the store because I have passed out in stores from my low blood sugars. That's why I have my dog. And that's why I've paid the money to have her trained, to have her with me, so that I'm not having to pass out in the middle of the store. And yes, I have had it happen. I have passed out on the road because my blood sugars were low and I didn't have my dog trained. So if you're not legitimately, and I will tell you straight out, therapy dogs are not service dogs. There is a distinguishment between having a therapy dog and having a service dog. A service dog is medically trained. A therapy dog is for people to take their dogs into nursing homes so that the seniors and residents can have a break from their normal life and be able to have a dog with them. That is a therapy dog. A therapy dog is someone who helps in crises, in national crises, when there's been an earthquake, or they help with children. They are a great service, but they are not service dogs. They are therapy animals. And their service is different than someone who has a service dog that is medically trained. Sophie is medically trained. Sasha is medically trained. They are trained to detect a medical problem. They are not there to provide comfort. They are there to provide a service, and that's the difference. So I want to make sure that that's abundantly clear. Sophie is not a therapy dog. She is not there for other people. She is there for my service. And there is a difference. So if someone tells you that dog is a therapy dog, that dog is not a service dog. And you need to be aware of that. And I'm going to end my note on there because I don't want this to be all about the negative. But there are people out there who think therapy dogs are service dogs. Therapy dogs are not service dogs. And that's the reality. And if you sit there and tell me a therapy dog is a service dog, I'm going to tell you that is not true. Okay? And that's that. I'm ending this now because I did want to end it on a positive note. Be safe, be cool, have peace, and love your animals.